Hello, hello, hello. We're back again with another lesson today. And today we're going to be reading about Bartholomew Blue. Who knew Bartholomew? All right, you guys, we're going to be reading about poetry today, or we're going to be reading some poetry today, not about poetry. And let's get started. So, our focus today, our objective is today I will read a poem and analyze the author's use of imagery and figurative language to help me understand the message. So, what is poetry? These are things that we normally say in class. I kind of get your brain to activate. So, remember, poetry has stanzas and lines. Poetry can rhyme or be free verse. It doesn't necessarily have to have a rhyme scheme, but sometimes speakers or poets put rhyme in there so it's more enjoyable. Poems use imagery, literal or figurative language, and sensory devices. Poems contain a message, a theme, or a lesson. It may not have all three, it could have one or the other. And it is in an organized fashion. So we have to figure out how it is written to the reader. How are they trying to make sure we understand what the poem is saying? So let's get started. Bartholomew Blue. Bartholomew Blue was a gentleman who could never decide what he wanted to do. Mornings began in a terrible way as he tried to decide what to wear for the day. Which trousers, what shirt, and which socks, and what shoes. Bartholomew just wasn't able to choose. Completely confounded, he settled once more on what he had chosen the night before. He'd go down to breakfast a little bit smelly and try to decide what to put in his belly. So we have to stop right there. And of course, Miss Williams wants us to do a hashtag. We don't have a stanza broken down. This is actually one long stanza. So I kind of chunked it out. So remember, we can chunk the lines and come up with the hashtag. So our hashtag for today is Bartholomew wasn't a person who couldn't choose anything. He just rewore the clothes from previously. He was undecided. He was indecisive about the things going on in his life. It says he was completely confounded. He settled once more. So, what does that mean? I want you to think about that. Confounded. And I will pause right now. Maybe look up the word confounded. Type it in the dictionary. Google, what does confounded mean? What is the definition of confounded in Google? Or open my dictionary and look up the definition because I don't know what it means. All right, you guys, let's continue. 2 fried eggs and bacon, some cinnamon bread. He'd end up with yesterday's oatmeal instead. Each hour would bring yet another decision. What program to watch on today's television? What method of transport to travel to work? Bartholomew worried he might go berserk. And still he would choose what he'd chosen before until life started seeming a terrible bore. So we have that he couldn't decide on food either. Not being able to choose drove him crazy, berserk, until his life started becoming a terrible bore. As time trickled by him, things didn't improve. For the less he would try things, the less he would. Let me slide my face to the side, you guys. Oop and down. For the less he would try things, the less he would move. His suit became smellier day after day. His shoelaces frayed and his socks turned gray. He longed for excitement, a fresh point of view, but habit prevailed and he chose what he knew. Soon cobwebs began to appear here and there. I don't know about you guys, but socks turning gray. Hello, that means he didn't wash them. Shoelaces frayed. Frayed means to go everywhere. And you guys, it said he was smellier. That's disgusting. He didn't take showers or baths or anything. Not even a water hose. Nothing. So let's see our hashtag. Hashtag. There you are. Bartholomew became bored and did nothing, but he wanted something new. He was looking for the excitement. He longed for it. He wanted it. So let's see what excitement happened to him. What exciting things happened to him. And one day, a bird built a nest in his hair. Before poor Bartholomew knew what to do, another bird parked on his head, and then two. Cardinals, blue jays, sparrows galore, followed by chickadees, finches, and more. Bartholomew stood there, stuck fast in his boots, and before very long, he began to grow roots. He began to grow roots. Was he a flower? Then, just as the birds on his head had assumed, he sprouted with branches and leaves and then bloomed. Bartholomew Blue is a tree to this day, but at least now he gives off a fragrant bouquet. So we have that the animal started making a home in his hair. He turned into a tree, but at least he smells nice now. When it says that he has a fragrant bouquet, think about flowers. Think about how the leaves smell. It smells so good. Okay, so that's Bartholomew now. Before he was smelly, remember in line 21, it said his soup became smellier day after day. But after all these animals and the leaves and the branches, he bloomed. He smelled better. His life was not indecisive any longer. I want to thank you guys for joining me in our poem for today, and I hope that you liked it. And remember that you do have questions, and they are targeted to what we read. And if you listen to me, I probably gave you some answers. So if you need to rewatch me, go right ahead. If you need to go and read the document on the actual site, please go ahead and do so. But remember, I did have hashtags for you to help you go along with this text, so please use them. If you have any questions, you can message me on Teams or on Class Dojo or 5th grade MOPA team at gmail.com, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Make it a terrific day or not. The choice is yours, you guys. Bye.